We
kill
wanted
each other?
to literally kill ourselves. There's obviously 3 sides to every story.
Right.
My side, your side, and the truth. That was the day after we officially called it quits.
So much anger. I think I was close to flipping the table at one stage.
There were moments of hate, pure hate. We didn't talk for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Before we dive into today's episode, we got to talk about our sponsor, Contour Clinics. You know, Jono and I never promote anything we genuinely don't love, and we have been going here for years. It's both of our go-to place for all aesthetic treatments.
Contour clinics aren't just regular cosmetic clinics. They're doctor-led premium quality clinics.
Exactly. Whether you're looking at getting some skin rejuvenation, facial contouring, or those amazing laser treatments, they tailor everything specifically to you.
And the results? Come on, just look at me.
If you guys want to check them out, and trust me you do, head to contourclinics.com.au and book your free consultation.
And when you book in your first treatment, don't forget to mention Amy and Jono for something a little bit special.
So, why are we here?
Why are we
doing a podcast, Jono?
First of all, I would say, I want to show everyone our dynamic.
First and foremost, you stole my line.
How?
That's what I said.
No. So I want to show everyone our dynamic, and also, I really want to dive deep into uncomfortable conversations that people are so scared to kind of talk about. And I feel like for me and you, what you see is what you get every single time.
But it's also quite uncomfortable the way we are, which we will get into. But it is.
And why did you agree to do this podcast?
Well, you asked me to, so...
No. You just got an email and just said...
I just got an email. No, I agreed to do this podcast, and I want to do this podcast as well, due to the fact that I want to have uncomfortable conversations, and I think there's a lot that we can uncover and talk about, but also our dynamic is an interesting one. Correct,
and I feel like people, I don't know, before they meet you, they always kind of judge you in so many ways without actually knowing the true person that you are, and myself as well. The times that we go we go out and they already have an image based on what we're actually not.
A preconceived idea.
It's a big word, man.
The people that we are. I agree, definitely. So I think it's nice to be able to showcase us in a different light.
Correct.
Than what we are online, or what we are conceived to be. So I'm Amy Castano, you're Jono Castano, but we're not related.
I know, what a story that is, eh?
So what are we? We were married.
We were.
We're not now.
This is giving my goosebumps right now. My hands
but we're still sitting here together.
I know.
So what happened? There's obviously 3 sides to every story.
Right.
My side, your side, and the truth.
So what is the truth?
What is the truth?
Let's I guess let's play it back, eh?
Yeah, let's play it back.
Play it back, rewind it.
Back in 2020.
Was that when we met? No.
No, I mean 2012.
Okay.
We're going that back. Way back. That was
way
2008.
Like MySpace days.
Yeah. So 2008. I mean? That's showing our age, Jono.
I think
that's showing our age. 2008. It's when we met on MySpace.
MySpace. Well, you can't slide in those days.
No, you
had
can't.
to press add.
Add friend. So I think you added me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would have done that.
We can say that.
And then we met in a club.
Yeah.
We just added each other on MySpace.
And the song that was playing was "You Gotta Show Me Love."
It was.
Which then, fast forward quickly, that was our wedding song.
It was our wedding song, yes. See, this is kind of uncomfortable talking about this.
I can see you're I think you just moved the chair back like an extra metre there. But anyways. So we met obviously at Dragonfly. And then,
Dragonfly, which is no longer there.
And then I, typical, I shouldn't say typical male because we don't all lie. I lied about my age too. And I said, how old did I say I was? 8, 9, your age. I said I was your age. And then I remember the day that you found out.
I know, I left.
How did you find out my license or my passport?
You were doing a HSC exam. And I was in university, true. A guy doing a HSC exam, I was like, wait, you need to go to school? I'm out.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
That's how I found out.
And you didn't talk to me for a whole week, I think.
Yeah.
But you came back.
Yep.
They all come back, you know. They always come back.
And then, yeah, I guess we got married. Well, there's a lot of history there. Obviously, what's that like? 2008. How much history is that?
Oh, it's just too much, you know.
Yeah, way too much.
I guess,
way too long.
You know, we dated for a while, and then I feel like with life, it's one of those things. You date someone, and always the next, like we just believe the next step is to get married, you start a family. Without kind of building the foundations of what a relationship is.
Yeah.
And I felt like we kind of like, you know, like going forward now, we fell in the trap of being best friends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I guess that's your side. For my
side.
My side, I felt like we were going in the expectations of life.
Of course.
Which was, dating, marriage, buy the house, have kids, and then you just live happily ever after. But there was something missing, and you could see that in our relationship. But obviously, as business partners and best friends, Bob's your uncle. We had, you know, the best relationship.
Yeah.
But then when it came to us as a couple, no. And that's obviously where our dynamic has changed now. Almost, is this weird to say, but brother and sister like.
Yeah, it's so weird, that I think
but
about
it is.
Like it just baffles my head, that weird.
But that is pretty much the backstory.
So why did our relationship break down?
Well, for me, that was it.
That was it, yeah?
Yeah, like, obviously, something was missing for me.
Yeah.
And
what was that?
Honestly, it was me. Like, I think, like, for inside myself, I felt like something was missing for myself.
Yep.
And I needed to uncover myself alone. Like, think about it. We met when we were like 17, 18.
We did everything
together. Like, so I didn't know who I was alone.
Do you know who you are now?
I do. I feel like I truly know myself. I truly know my values. I know what I stand for. Yeah. I feel strong and independently strong, not needing someone else.
That initial, I'm just, you know, I think this is so important to talk about that initial, like, first 2 to 3 weeks, you know, when we did break up. Fuck, that was hell, eh?
It was hell.
I remember we were going on a walk, and then I just sprinted off.
Yeah, you did.
Remember?
Yeah, I do.
And I just ran off.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
We were going on a walk, and it was just to like talk.
Yeah.
And I think you just couldn't handle.
I just couldn't handle the pressure.
Well, yeah,
you know what I mean?
What happened? What, like, in your...
I just couldn't handle being in that kind of environment, you know what I mean? I think because, even bringing tears to my eyes talking about this, but just couldn't handle the environment. And even like, fuck, I remember even like at the COVID thing, remember like we were there at the same time, and then, I remember you just started like breaking down and...
well, yeah, actually.
Yeah, and you waited by the car and like you were screaming and and that was like just thinking about it now, just all that emotion, and I'm just like, it was hell. And I think like any breakup, like within that first month, it's always going to be like intense.
Of course, absolutely, but the show goes on regardless. And the day that you left, the next day I had to film Dyson.
And I was there.
You were in it.
Even though we wanted to
we
kill
wanted
each other.
to literally kill ourselves. That was the day after we like officially called it quits. And obviously the show goes on. And for us, that's important.
Of course, you know, like you had a job to do, and we always put things aside. But that was crazy.
Yeah.
Trying to think of some other times that were really, really tough.
Well, I think a lot of it, like you say, the initial breakup phase.
I think my
2 to
version
3
was
weeks.
different.
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks, cool. What about the 2 years that we went through? That was a roller coaster.
True.
Like even when I found out about your new partner, when you found out about my new partner, that was a roller coaster as well. Even though
I remember I was stalking him. I was like,
you were stalking Aaron.
Such a creep. It's like, who's this guy? This This Instagram photo, not even a human. It's a freaking emoji.
He's not real. Just some guy that I made up. But even that was a uncomfortable time.
Of course, yeah. It's always that when you know. But I think a good thing is, well, we both found partners at a similar time.
Yes.
And I think.
But that doesn't always happen though.
No.
Right? With breakups, we obviously took our time to find ourselves, and I think that's a very important part. But we couldn't just sever ties. We didn't want to, for starters. We always wanted to be in each other's lives, but obviously working around that dynamic and working around how we're going to move forward was what we needed to figure out. But then coming to that point and I guess moving on officially to each other, because I wouldn't tell you about who I was seeing who
you were talking to and stuff.
I saw a lot of people.
Yeah.
I went on a lot of dates.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Oh, what about yourself?
I reckon I was on a date every day. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But as well, with myself, I was very open and honest with people and whoever I was seeing and be like, correct. Jono is always going to be in my life.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I remember I stopped dating 2 people because of that reason, because they're like, look, you can't hang out with your ex-partner, you can't spend that much time with her, and I remember I said to them, I was like, you know what, that's the way that you're going to think about things, and we can't continue. So but it's just crazy to think, what about that party that we went to, and then obviously we had all of our dynamic together, and then they all said, do you all sleep with each other?
Remember that? Yeah, that was not okay.
It was so random, eh?
That was random. So remember that time when we were at a restaurant, which won't be named.
At Mimi's, you got it.
No, you can't say that.
Come on, yeah, this is we're at Mimi's, yeah.
Okay, so we were at Mimi's and we were having a beautiful lunch.
Yes.
Your parents were there, your brother was there.
Yeah, your
best mate was there. What happened? What sparked an issue?
Simone
sent over shots.
Sent over shots, and
I was like, wow, I'm seeing
this person.
Yes.
And then I got really, really frustrated because of that. And then my best friend just kept taunting me, in her ear, saying this, in my ear, saying, and I think he kind of just G'd up.
He G'd both of us up.
And you're a Taurus.
If I see red, I'm charging. There's no stopping me.
And then, literally, I was so much anger. I think I was close to flipping the table at one stage.
Yes, and breaking glasses.
I remember I grabbed it and I squeezed it that hard that I actually broke the glass.
But that was a year and a bit after we broke up.
Yeah, which is still a long time though.
It's a long time, but it just goes to show that it's not just initially when you break up. Things go up and down when you least expect it, and emotion comes out when you least expect it.
Correct.
And whether or not you can control that or not, I mean, that's up to you. But
it's insane. This is great talking about this, because I think a lot of people think we were always good and we always had a perfect relationship, but what they don't understand is that whatever that first year was, we absolutely just hated each other. And
there were moments.
There were moments of just
there were moments of hate, pure hate. We didn't talk for 2 weeks.
Yeah. And then in terms
you'd unfollow me on Instagram
about 100 times.
You blocked me on Instagram, and then you'd refollow me, and I'd be like, oh, he's back. They always come back.
But and then just even discussing obviously the finer details of life, obviously
those
nitty
gritty stuff.
We didn't really we loved each other. We didn't really want to go through that route.
Yeah,
and a lot of people break up and boom, lawyers straight away. Want to absolutely kill each other through that and never talk again. I know so many people now that they've gone through that and they just never ever talk to their partners again.
And that's sad.
And I'm like, you guys spent 20 years together and you don't even want to say hello. I just don't understand that.
I think as well, due to the fact that we grew up together, essentially.
True.
We've created so much trust in each other. Obviously, we have the businesses that we need to keep together, and we wanted to keep together. So on the flip side of that, we had to make it work because we wanted to.
We both got the same goal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We both started this because, you know, what we love and breathe is fitness.
Yeah, and obviously we've, you know, built this place together. We've built...
I think at the start I was like holding so much ego at the start that I felt like it was all me, and I was like, you know, it was such a bad way of thinking because, you know, like I give you so much credit these days because like I always say, like this place would not be anywhere near it is today if it wasn't for you, you know, and I keep telling you that every single time that we talk, you know, but at the start it was all ego, you know, I was like, oh, it's all me, this is me, you know, because I was the one on the ground doing all the sessions, building the brand myself, obviously training everyone, and then you, like, I guess always saw you like just kind of like just cruising and just chilling out.
Well, I wasn't chilling, that's for sure.
I know, but that's like, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Like you obviously perceive the work that you put in as
like the hours,
the session and the hours that you obviously put in, and your hours are wild.
Like I remember I used to be pretty tough on you.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You were very tough on me.
Yeah.
But that also is a dynamic change. Like imagine working together, imagine living together, imagine trying to
go on events together.
Yeah, build
everything.
A professional relationship together, but also a personal one. How do you balance that? You can be done, but it's also very tough.
It's tough, yeah.
And that's what we struggled with.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And it's just worked out that we're amazing as business partners, we're amazing as friends, and that's just how it goes. Like in 2020, obviously Acera was born. This space was born. And that was out of just pure an opportunity landing in our lap.
Oh, that was wild, eh?
And us being like, let's fucking go.
Wasn't it? It was just on a night out and then someone was like, oh, I've got a space.
No, it wasn't a night. Maybe your night out,
Maybe.
not mine. No, I was training downstairs.
Oh, yes, that's right. You were training at the gym downstairs.
Yeah, training downstairs at the gym. And he said, the people are moving out, the owners are moving out. Do you guys need a space? Because you were training people in a park.
Yeah, because it was COVID. Yeah.
Exactly. You were locked out of your gym and you were training people at a park, rain, hail or shine. And I remember it was cold.
I was so bad.
It was very bad.
I think the worst time was because there was no bathrooms. So
you're not going to say
Nah, literally there was no bathrooms. So basically they were all locked and they're obviously gone. As a PT, I had to run all the way to Hyde Park every single time. just you know, to do a 1 or 2, whatever anyways. In the wilderness. But anyways, yeah, going back to what you were saying.
So obviously this space presented itself and it was a complete dump, right? It was gutted. There was nothing in here besides dust. There was concrete. The walls were white and like half painted.
Yeah. We still got photos of that.
Yeah, we do. We should put them up. But then when I walked in here, I had this vision. I just saw it.
Yeah.
It came to life. And here we are, 4 years later, sitting in the boxing ring.
Wild.
Doing a podcast.
But I remember this, like, when we first initially came into this place, it was, the whole gym was meant to be just for me because we didn't really, like, we weren't business, like, we're not business, like, at that point, we had no idea how to run a business, like. So it was like, oh, cool, we'll just continue doing the same thing, but just have this space for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and then I remember there was, you know, Ben there was a few trainers that kind of reached out.
Well, yeah, Benny, our first trainer, he reached out. He trained alongside you at the domain in the park, outdoors. And then we were like, we've got this space, it's going to be for you, it's going to be for Jono. And then what are we now, like 23 trainers later across 2 locations.
I don't know.
So why do you think we broke up, Jono?
For me personally, obviously, like you said, we're running a business together. We just did everything together, and I feel like for me, in terms of my love language, it's always about love, touch, affection, and we definitely lost that. We didn't sleep together for 6 months. Do you know what I mean? And
were you counting?
No, I was counting the days, the minutes. I was on the minute. I was like, put my time on stopwatch.
Yeah.
But it was like such a and we lost that. We did lose that kind of side of our relationship.
Yeah.
And for me, I've always felt like that was super important. And there was times where probably I would be there in front of you, and you would just look at your phone, and you would be focused more on the business. You'd be focused more on that, and I'd be like, this isn't the relationship that I want to be part of. And towards the end, obviously, like at the end of our relationship, I met someone, and then they were giving me that. They were giving me that satisfaction, that thing. And obviously, we came to a conclusion of like, I told you that I obviously was cheating on you at the very end of our relationship. And that was hard for you to deal with, and it was extremely hard. But in a relationship, I needed that. I needed to be valued. I needed to be seen. I needed to be loved, and you just didn't give me that.
Yeah. So I think for me, and you probably felt this as well, that I probably checked out 2 years prior.
For sure.
Like I was not emotionally there, physically there either. And that obviously catapulted a lot of what we went through over those 2 years. Like I wanted time to myself.
Yeah.
And you knew that, right? Like I would never like want to go out with you.
No.
I would just say, nah, I just want to stay at home. And I think I just needed to be alone because our relationship was very codependent.
Correct.
Like we couldn't we wanted to do things without each other, but we wouldn't. It would just be an expectation that, I'm going here, you'd come with me. Or the same with you. Like we'd go to work together, we'd go... Everything.
Literally
every single thing. So then when I started saying no, and I was like, nah, I want to be on my own, you started like going out yourself.
Going out, correct.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, who's at fault? Nobody.
I think, it was just meant to be like that was our journey, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I remember we were getting counselling as well, and that didn't help either, And,
where is she now?
Who knows, man? Took a lot of money, but
she did cost a lot.
She took a lot of money.
Didn't do a job.
She did do a job. Look at us here.
Oh, true.
What are you on about? Come
on. Maybe she put those, communication skills to good use.
But yeah, I would say that would be the reason in terms of why, obviously, we broke up and got divorced and just, move forward.
Technically not divorced.
Does your partner know that?
He does, yes. And he's waiting. He's like, okay, when is the time that I can go?
Get the paperwork.
The green light. Okay. But yeah, I guess that's the main thing. But as well, I want to say, like, when things do need to change, right? You don't really change when you're comfortable. You change when you're uncomfortable, and things catapult you. Things need to happen in order for you to be like, okay, something needs to change. You can't just wake up one day and you're like, I'm so comfortable with my life, I'm going to decide to completely do a 180 today. Something needs to happen. A realization needs to happen in order for you to be uncomfortable and then be like, okay, this needs to be done differently. And that's obviously what happened when we both decided that was it.
Correct. And that's the truth.
That is the truth. So our plan for the podcast.
What are we going
to... what is everyone to expect on this?
Well, I feel like, with our own careers, we've managed to create such amazing relationships throughout my industry, for your industry. And I think to bring them here and make them feel uncomfortable the way we've felt uncomfortable today, telling us maybe even that one secret that people don't know about them. I think for me personally, I'd love to dig deep in that, and I feel like, we can do that.
Yeah, just being raw, unfiltered, because everyone's filtered these days.
True. I feel like everyone's like a robot these days.
But being able to be vulnerable is a way to grow. Like you just then, that was amazing to see you be able to accept that and be like, wow, I actually said that. I said those words. So what you can expect in our podcast, you've obviously come across so many people, walks of life in your career, and we want to get them on. We want to put them in uncomfortable conversations.
And positions. Oh, that something just came to my head, literally. I don't want to name any names, but I was holding down her toes. It's a female. I won't mention who it was.
Yeah, but
female,
doing what?
Sit up, doing a sit-up position. I'm just there, straight in the firing line.
Oh, wait, I know this story.
And it just strong. And, like, it was a quiet gym as well, so it was like, you could feel it, but...
You could feel it?
You could feel the fire.
Wait, did it, like, brush your face?
Literally, it was intense. And then... knowing me, I just kept going with it.
Yeah,
I just
don't like being...
I don't like putting people, like, down. Yeah. So I just, like, I just took it.
Yep.
took it.
You took it like a man,
Just kept going with the sit-ups there. That was one for sure.
Well, maybe we can get that person on to explain how uncomfortable they felt in that moment.
I've had some funny ones, huh?
Yeah, but that's obviously what we plan.
What's what we want to bring onto this podcast, so just those moments.
Uncomfortable, deep, vulnerable, raw, unfiltered, and also have a good time talking about it. Yes.
So our producers really want us to do this, the high-low buffalo.
So what's that?
So basically it's like your high moment, your low moment,
and then buffalo is a surprise.
A surprise moment. But they want to call it
Jono Castano.
Which
so we're going to do that. Good. Well, we do this anyway, right?
Yeah, I remember this is a thing that we
do this around the dinner table.
We don't say, do we say our low moments? No, not really.
We say our high moments.
No one wants to know your low moments, huh?
No, but we're going to get there on this podcast. So what is your high moment of this week, Jono?
I'd probably say spending time with my daughter would be my highest one. What about you?
My high moment was that as well, actually, spending time with your daughter.
Which you're the godmother.
Well, auntie, yes.
Auntie, yes, yeah. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, so, we had a really nice moment. Actually, it was today. You, myself, your partner, ex-partner, Gia, and my partner.
There you go.
Which was a nice moment.
And the low for you? My
low, I don't really have low moments, to be honest.
Oh, come on.
No, I do. Low moment. I guess, feeling like overwhelmed and stressed.
Why are you stressed?
Just the workload. High workload that
you're
a very demanding boss.
That's just work, and that's what running a business is about, though, you know?
Yeah, I know, definitely. No, I've obviously learnt my ways to manage it, but I guess that's the lowest point of my week.
And are you better now?
I'm great. Firing. What's your low?
My low would probably be, I don't know, I felt really lonely this week, to be honest. And I guess for me, as you know, don't really have too many people kind of in my corner, you know. Obviously, you guys are busy. My partner's away. Daughter's not, with me. And I don't know, I just felt lonely, which, once again, it is tough being lonely, and I'm very glad that I've got yourself, Aaron, where I can just even send a text. And to be honest, I tell you when I'm feeling low, and I feel like I'm not scared these days to be like, hey, Amy, I'm not feeling the best,
Yeah, no, I definitely think that. Whereas in the past, you just cover that up, hide it because you don't want me to feel like you're suffering.
Correct.
So, that's growth right there.
It's all about growth today.
It is about growth. But that's not, nice to hear that you're feeling lonely. But you also need to feel, I feel like lonely is just a perception. I don't know. But like being alone and owning your own space is okay. Like being alone is okay, and enjoying your own company and being okay with you
Yeah,
like you have yourself.
That's what I need to. Yeah, I've never been good at that, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a I've always my whole career I'm always surrounded by someone. Throughout the whole day, I'm with someone. I'm with someone. I'm with someone. And then when I'm not with someone, it's like, fuck, where is everyone?
Yeah.
You know.
But it's not that you're alone on this earth. You've got all of the people that love you, all of the people that are in your network, in your family, friends. Like, you're not alone, but it's okay to be by yourself and to own that and to enjoy that. I love it. Put on Netflix.
I know you love it.
Eat my own snacks. I love it. It's so good.
Well, your partner's going to be hearing this, mate.
He knows. He knows.
Okay. Well, there you go. So we definitely want to start that high-low.
High-low Castano. What's your Castano of the week?
So my surprise would definitely have to be the PlayStation job that I did this week. It was a few creators. For me, obviously, I got the scene where there was invisible bars,
Yeah, I
and then
saw
I tried
that.
to catch it.
Yeah.
And then that. And it was just kind of, super good, awesome feeling to be part of an amazing campaign, because I remember when I first started social media, 11 years ago, I remember I started because I wanted free food.
Yeah, you just wanted free food.
It was that was my goal. I was like to Amy, I'm going to start Instagram because I'm going to want free food.
Yeah. I was like, wow, way to aim high.
And it was my muscle chef, which is
now you're working with them
as their ambassador. How funny
which
is
that? Full 360, full circle moment.
It's funny because they sent me the photos of what I used to post back then. It used to be just me holding the food, which I absolutely hate
those
people
photos.
I hate people that do that.
Yeah, and now you're,
know. But that's some good surprise moments there, and I definitely think that's a good thing to add to this.
Yes, for sure.
What about you? What's your Castano moment this week, Amy?
This week, okay. Okay, Aaron actually surprised me this week with something that I wanted in our apartment for so long. He organised it. It's a shelf, a full, new wardrobe shelf. Obviously, I need more wardrobe space with all the, clothes and shoes I have. But it's a full wardrobe space that's getting installed.
Wow.
So that was my surprise. He just did it. Didn't have to even ask.
Mate, can you set one up for me as well?
I'll set yours up as well.
And there you go. That's your Castano moment.
That's my Castano moment.
I think this is great to bring this on board. I think not many people, especially they don't talk about their lows, and I think for us to hear that, I think that's such a good thing. Especially what you told me, hearing you talk about my low, automatically made me feel so much better about myself, and gave me a better way to view it when I am feeling alone.
Well, it's about perspective.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
I was being truthful.
No, but you are so welcome. Yeah. You're always okay to talk about things, and I think having that high-low Castano, it makes you think as well, makes you reflect and be like, wow, okay, this was an amazing part of my week. There was a low. It's okay to have lows. Things are always going to be a roller coaster, and things that shocked you, things that come out of the blue, and you're like, oh, okay, wow, opportunities. A car accident, a car breakdown, whatever it is, it comes out of the blue, and we can talk about it and uncover everyone else's as well. We're about to embark on this whole podcast journey together.
Why do you sound like a news reporter?
Because I am. I should be on the news. I should have a news segment.
Okay.
Anyway, how are you feeling about this?
I'm excited, and I think it's such a awesome thing to do, and I'm more intrigued about the people we're gonna come across and what they're gonna say.
I'm super excited. I think this is something that we've talked about doing. We've been on
5 years now. We've
about
wanted
5
to do some
years.
of this, yeah.
And we've been on how many podcasts? Hundreds of podcasts ourselves on other people's podcasts. But now we have our own space to talk about what we want and when we want and what we want. So it's very exciting.
But yeah, I'm excited, and it's going to be an awesome journey. It's a big series, so...
And this is our first one. Stay
Stay tuned. It's
tuned.
going to be great.
It is.
All right, amigos, before we end, we want to do another shout out to our friends, Contour Clinics, our go-to place for aesthetic treatments.
We're talking doctor-led premium clinics all across Sydney and Brisbane.
Whether you want skin rejuvenation, facial contouring, or laser treatments, the expert practitioners have got you covered.
Remember when you were so nervous before your first treatment?
Feels like a lifetime ago.
You can book your free consultation at contourclinics.com.au.
And when you book in your first treatment, don't forget to mention Amy or Jono for something a little bit special.